Ever feel like your mind is a wild horse, pulling you in 100 different directions? You wake up with good intentions, but distractions, tasks, worries, endless noise, scatter your energy. And at the end of the day, you're exhausted, yet strangely unfulfilled. What if I told you that gaining control over where your attention goes isn't just about productivity, it's about unlocking a life filled with purpose, peace, and profound fulfillment? Today, I want to take you on a journey, a story that will show you how to tame that wild horse, focus your mind, and truly master your life. In a small village nestled between rolling hills and flowing rivers, there lived a farmer named Arjun. Arjun was known as a hard-working man. He rose before dawn, worked until after sunset, and rarely rested. But if you looked closer, his life told another story. Each morning, he would rush to his fields to plant crops. Yet halfway through sowing seeds, he'd remember the broken fence and abandon the task. While fixing the fence, he'd notice his cart missing wheels, so he'd hurry to the market. From the market, he'd return with tools, only to realize the cows hadn't been fed. By sunset, Arjun's body was drenched in sweat. He collapsed in bed, weary and defeated. Despite endless motion, he had little to show for it. His fields grew patchy. His fence leaned crooked. His farm cart lay unfinished. Inside, a quiet frustration gnawed at him. Why do I work harder than anyone, yet my life feels so empty? He would lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, his heart heavy. Maybe I'm not meant to succeed. Maybe I'll spend my whole life chasing after tasks, never completing anything. The truth was simple, Arjun's greatest struggle wasn't lack of effort. It was lack of focus. One day, while walking through the hills, Arjun came upon a monastery. Exhausted and restless, he decided to step inside. The courtyard was quiet, except for the rhythmic sound of water dripping from a fountain. There, an old monk sat in meditation, his presence calm, almost glowing. Arjun bowed respectfully. "Master, I need your wisdom. I work harder than anyone, yet my life feels scattered. Nothing ever finishes. Nothing ever grows strong. What am I doing wrong?" The monk opened his eyes and studied him with kindness. "My son, your struggle is not unique. Many people mistake movement for progress, effort for accomplishment. But tell me, where does your attention go each day?" Arjun frowned. "Everywhere. To the fields, the fence, the cart, the cows, to everything, master." The monk chuckled softly. "And that is the root of your suffering. You scatter your attention like seeds in the wind, none land deep enough to take root." He motioned for Arjun to follow him. They stepped into the garden, where the afternoon sun shone bright. The monk brought out a bowl of water and a simple magnifying glass. "Watch carefully," the monk said. The sunlight poured across the bowl, warming the water slightly. But when the monk adjusted the glass, focusing the rays into a single point, the water began to bubble, steam rising gently into the air. The monk smiled. "The sun is powerful, but only when focused can it burn. Your life is no different. Master your attention, and you will master your destiny." Arjun returned home, the monk's words echoing in his mind. The next morning, instead of rushing to every task, he chose just one, repairing his fence. For hours, he worked steadily, resisting the urge to run off to other chores. His mind fought him. Distractions pulled at him. The cart still needs fixing. The cows are hungry. What if I forget? But Arjun pressed on, hammer after hammer, nail after nail. By sunset, for the first time in years, the fence stood tall, strong, and complete. That night, as he sat with his family, a strange peace washed over him. He had finished something. Fully. Completely. The next day, he chose another single task, sowing seeds in one field. Again, distractions screamed for his attention, but he remembered the monk's words. He poured his energy into the soil until the field was evenly planted. Days turned to weeks. Slowly, his land transformed. The crops grew in perfect rows. His cart was repaired. His animals cared for. But more importantly, something inside Arjun shifted. He no longer felt pulled in 100 directions. His mind, once restless, began to feel still. As seasons passed, Arjun's farm flourished like never before. Villagers noticed. His once patchy fields now swayed with golden grain. His home stood sturdy and organized. His animals were healthy, his family joyful. One evening, a neighbor asked, "Arjun, how did you change? You used to be scattered and weary, but now you seem calm, focused, alive." Arjun smiled, remembering the monk's lesson. "I didn't work harder. I worked with focus. I learned to master my attention, and in doing so, I mastered my life." The villagers marveled, but to Arjun, the truth was simple: his peace did not come from doing more, but from directing his attention with purpose. And so, my friend, the lesson is clear. Your attention is the most valuable currency you have. The world will try to steal it, through endless notifications, distractions, worries, and fears. If you give it away carelessly, your life will always feel scattered, incomplete, and restless. But when you direct your attention with intention, toward one task, one goal, one present moment, everything changes. The same 24 hours that once felt wasted begin to feel rich. Simple actions gain meaning. Small steps turn into great transformations. Just as Arjun discovered, the secret is not in working harder, but in focusing deeper. So I ask you today, where is your attention going? Is it scattered, lost in endless distractions? Or is it focused, building the life you truly want? Remember, master your attention, and you master your life. Your peace, your success, your fulfillment, it all begins with where you choose to place your focus. Tame the wild horse of your mind, and ride it toward the destiny you were meant to live. Because in the end, attention isn't just about productivity. It's about living a life filled with purpose, peace, and profound fulfillment. Master your attention. Master your life.